Chapter 1. The Awakening. You are your only competition. Sometimes life gives us moments that break us completely. You lose people, dreams, or hope. You start to question your worth. Am I enough? But deep down, a small voice whispers, try again. That voice is your real power. It's not loud, but it's strong enough to pull you out of your darkest days. It's the voice that says, focus on yourself. You see, we spend so much time watching others. Who is doing better? Who is more successful? Who looks happier? But the truth is, your only competition is the person you were yesterday. Stop comparing. Start improving. Wake up every morning and ask yourself, how can I be a little better than I was yesterday? Maybe just read one more page of a book. Maybe talk kindly to yourself instead of doubting. Maybe take one small step toward your dream. That's it. Small steps create big changes. People may not see your growth, but you will feel it. You will notice that you're calmer, stronger, and more focused than before. And one day when you look back, you'll realize that your slow progress was actually your biggest victory. Because while everyone was trying to impress the world, you were quietly improving yourself. You didn't give up. You didn't stop. You focused on you until you started winning. Remember, you are not behind anyone. You are exactly where you are meant to be. Just keep going. Focus on your journey. Because the moment you focus on yourself, the world starts changing around you. Chapter 2. Discipline over motivation. Everyone talks about motivation. Watching videos, listening to speeches, reading quotes. For a few hours, you feel powerful. You say, yes, I will change my life. But then the next morning comes, and suddenly that fire inside you is gone. Why? Because motivation doesn't last. It's a feeling. And feelings change every day. That's why successful people don't depend on motivation. They depend on discipline. Motivation says, I feel like doing it. Discipline says, I'll do it anyway. Think about it. There are days when you feel lazy, tired, or hopeless. But discipline doesn't care about your mood. It teaches you to do what's necessary, even when you don't feel like it. Let's say you want to build your dream body. Motivation will help you go to the gym for 1 week, but discipline will keep you going for months, even on bad days. Let's say you want to grow your YouTube channel, but your videos don't get views. Motivation will make you upload 3 videos. Discipline will make you upload 30, even when no one watches. Because discipline isn't about feelings. It's about commitment. Every winner you know, every successful person, isn't more talented than you. They just learned how to show up every single day, even when it's hard, even when no one claps for them. That's what changes everything. There will be mornings when your mind says, not today, but that's the moment you need to reply. Today is exactly the day I must show up. Discipline makes you powerful. It makes you proud of yourself. Because when you complete a task that your mind didn't want to do, you feel a strength that no motivation can give. Here's the truth. You don't need to feel ready to start. You just need to start. The power comes after you take action, not before. You will not always feel motivated, but you can always be disciplined. And when discipline becomes your habit, success becomes your lifestyle. Every small effort counts. Reading 1 page, studying for 10 minutes, writing 1 paragraph, recording 1 video. These little actions build your future. So stop waiting for motivation. Wake up and do it anyway. Because one day when people see your success, they'll call you lucky. But you'll know the truth. You were never lucky. You were disciplined. And that's what made you unstoppable. Chapter 3. The Power of Consistency. Everyone starts strong, but only a few finish. Do you know why? Because they stop being consistent. Consistency means doing something again and again. Even when you don't see results. Even when you feel tired. Even when you feel like giving up. It's easy to start. But continuing, that's the real challenge. Think of it like planting a seed. You water it today, tomorrow, and the day after. But you won't see a tree in just 1 week. You'll see nothing, just the soil. And that's when most people quit. They say it's not working. But in reality, something is happening. Underground. The roots are growing. That's what consistency does. It builds your foundation silently. Every day you show up, you are planting seeds of your success, even if no one notices yet. Let's take an example. You start a YouTube channel. You post a few videos, and they get only 3 views. You feel sad. But if you stay consistent and keep improving, one day 1 video will explode, and people will say, wow, you became successful overnight. But only you'll know. That overnight took hundreds of days of hard work. Success doesn't happen by chance. It happens by consistency. When you do something every single day, your mind starts trusting you. You build confidence. You stop doubting yourself. Remember this line. The person who stays consistent will always beat the one who's just talented. Talent helps you start. Consistency helps you win. Even on your bad days. Show up. Even when you don't feel like it. Show up. Even when no one supports you. Still show up. Because every time you show up, you grow stronger. Consistency is what separates dreamers from achievers. Dreamers talk. Achievers do. So don't think too much about the future. Don't wait for the perfect time. The perfect time is now. Wake up. Take one small step every day. And never stop. Because one day when you look back, you'll realize it wasn't one big step that changed your life. It was 1,000 small ones, taken consistently. So promise yourself, no matter what happens, you'll keep moving. Slow or fast, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you never stop. Because the truth is, you don't need to be the fastest. You just need to keep going. And one day, you'll be exactly where you always wanted to be. That's the power of consistency. Chapter 4. Trust the process. Sometimes you do everything right, but still, nothing seems to work. You study hard but don't get good grades. You upload videos but no one watches. You try to stay positive, but life still feels heavy. And then a small voice inside you says, maybe it's not meant for me. But let me tell you something. It is meant for you. You just need to trust the process. Success is not like fast food. It takes time to cook. It's like baking a cake. If you open the oven too soon, it will fall flat. You have to let it rise slowly. That's how life works too. When you're not seeing results, it doesn't mean nothing is happening. It just means the universe is still preparing you. Every struggle, every delay, every rejection is shaping you into the person who can handle what you're asking for. You say you want success, but can you handle pressure? Can you stay calm when people doubt you? Can you keep going when no one claps for you? That's what the process teaches you. Most people give up too early. They want results after 1 week. But true winners know. Everything good takes time. Do you remember how a butterfly is made? First it's a caterpillar. Then it hides in a dark cocoon. No one sees it for days. But inside that darkness, it's changing, growing, becoming beautiful. That's exactly what's happening to you. Your dark phase is not your ending. It's your transformation. So when things feel slow or stuck, don't panic. Keep your faith alive. Maybe right now you can't see it. But one day you'll look back and say, if that delay hadn't happened, I wouldn't have become this strong. God, the universe, whatever you believe in, has perfect timing. You just have to keep walking. There's a reason why your journey is different. There's a reason why you didn't get things easily. You're not being punished. You're being prepared. You see, anyone can celebrate success, but only a few can handle waiting. Waiting is hard, but it builds patience, character, and faith. And when you finally get what you've worked for, you'll appreciate it deeply, because you know how long it took to get there. So stop asking when. Start saying, I know it's coming. Because every step you take, even the small ones, are leading you closer to your dream. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon. And when it comes, you'll realize the wait was worth it. So smile. You're not behind. You're exactly where you're meant to be. Trust the process. Your time is coming. Chapter 5. Turn pain into power. Everyone goes through pain. Some hide it behind a smile, some fight it in silence, and some let it break them completely. But you don't have to let pain destroy you. You can use it to build a stronger, wiser, and more powerful version of yourself. Pain is not your enemy. It's your teacher. It teaches you things happiness never can. Think about it. When everything is easy, you don't grow. But when life hurts, you are forced to change. You are forced to fight. You are forced to become stronger. Every person you see shining today has cried in the dark once. Every person who inspires others was once broken by life. The difference? They didn't stop there. They decided that their pain will not be wasted. If your heart is broken, use that pain to love yourself harder. If someone betrayed you, use that pain to set boundaries. If life keeps pushing you down, use that pain to rise higher. You don't grow from comfort. You grow from chaos. Remember that night you cried alone? That wasn't weakness. That was strength being born quietly. Because even after that night, you woke up and continued living. That's power. That's courage. You may not see it yet, but your pain is building something inside you. Something that no one can take away. It's building self-respect. It's building patience. It's building emotional muscles. One day you'll thank your pain. You'll say, if that hadn't happened, I would never have learned my worth. So stop wishing for an easy life. Wish for the strength to handle a hard one. Because easy lives make soft people, and soft people break quickly. But you're not soft anymore. You've faced storms. You've survived silence. You've walked alone. You've learned that no one is coming to save you. And that realization, even though it hurts, is freedom. Because now you know, you are your own savior. You can rebuild your life from ashes. You can turn every heartbreak into motivation. Let your pain push you. Let it remind you that you deserve more. Every time someone doubted you, remember their words when you succeed. Every time you cried, let those tears water your growth. Pain can destroy you, or it can define you. The choice is yours. You're not broken. You're just being reshaped. Your heart isn't weak. It's learning how to be brave. So take your pain and use it like fuel. Because one day, when you finally win, you'll realize your pain was the reason you became unstoppable. Don't run from it. Embrace it. Transform it. Turn your pain into power and watch how the world can no longer break you again. Chapter 6. Rise from the wounds. We all have wounds, some that people can see, and some that no one ever will. They come from broken trust, lost dreams, rejection, and failure. But the truth is, wounds don't mean you're weak. They mean you've survived. You're still standing, and that's something powerful. When life breaks you, it's not trying to destroy you. It's trying to wake you up, to make you stronger, wiser, and unshakable. You see, no one grows when everything is easy. Real strength is born in pain. The person who has suffered deeply can also love deeply, understand deeply, and rise higher than ever before. So stop asking, why did this happen to me? Start saying, this happened for me, because every wound is a message, a silent push that says, you are meant for more. You cried because something inside you wanted to change. You fell because you needed to learn balance. You were rejected because you were meant to find your own worth. Pain is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of your rebirth. Think about the strongest people you know. They weren't born that way. They were shaped by struggle. They were trained by heartbreak. They were taught by loneliness. Every scar they carry is proof that healing is possible. So don't be ashamed of your wounds. Show them proudly. They are your medals of survival. Remember, even gold must go through fire to shine. And you too are being polished by the heat of life. Yes, it hurts. Yes, it feels unfair. But one day you'll look back and realize your pain made you unstoppable. There will be days when you'll want to give up. Days when your heart will feel too heavy. On those days, remind yourself, you've already survived worse. You've already made it through storms that others thought would drown you. You are stronger than you think. Don't waste your pain crying over what you lost. Use it to build something new. Use it to grow. Use it to rise. When someone breaks you, don't let them take your power. Prove that your heart can heal, and your soul can still love again, but smarter, calmer, and stronger. You are not what happened to you. You are what you chose to become after it. So rise. Even if it's slow, rise anyway. Even if no one believes in you, rise anyway. Even if your heart is tired, rise anyway. Because one day, your story will inspire others to rise too. Your wounds are not your weakness. They are your strength written in another language. And every time you rise after falling, you're teaching the world that pain does not win. You do. Chapter 6. Discipline. The silent power behind success. Everyone wants success. Everyone wants a beautiful life. But only a few people are willing to do what it takes every single day, even when they don't feel like it. That's called discipline. Discipline is not about doing big things once. It's about doing small things every day, even when you're tired, bored, or sad. It's about choosing progress over comfort. Motivation can start your journey, but only discipline will finish it, because motivation comes and goes. Some days you'll feel powerful, and other days you'll feel like giving up. But discipline doesn't depend on feelings. It depends on choice. You see, successful people don't always want to work. They just don't allow their emotions to control them. They show up, even when they don't want to. That's their secret. They've learned that action creates motivation, not the other way around. When you wake up early and do your work, you don't just get results. You build respect for yourself, and that self-respect gives you quiet confidence. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you grow stronger inside. And every time you break one, you lose a little bit of your power. So start small. Read for 10 minutes every day. Work on your dream even when no one supports you. Eat clean, move your body, focus on your goals. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Remember this, discipline is not punishment. It's self-love. It's saying, I deserve better and I'll work for it. When people sleep, discipline wakes you up. When people waste time, discipline keeps you focused. When people give up, discipline reminds you why you started. Discipline builds habits, and habits build your future. You might not see results today, but every disciplined act is a seed. One day those seeds will grow into success so big that people will call you lucky, but you'll know it wasn't luck. It was discipline. If you really want to change your life, you don't need more motivation. You need structure. You need to train your mind to do the hard things without excuses. There will be days when your heart hurts, when your mind screams, stop. But that's when discipline speaks softly. Keep going. You're closer than you think. That voice, the one that tells you to keep trying, that's the voice that builds winners. Don't wait for the perfect mood. Create it through action. Don't wait for support. Support yourself through effort. Discipline isn't loud. It doesn't post pictures. It doesn't brag. It just works, quietly, patiently, powerfully. And one day, the world will see your results and call it success. But you'll know the truth. It wasn't a miracle. It was discipline, the silent power behind every great story. Keep showing up. Keep believing. Keep building. Because one day, your discipline will turn your dreams into reality. Chapter 8. Protect your energy. Protect your peace. In this world full of noise, distractions, and fake smiles, your peace is your biggest treasure. You can earn money again. You can rebuild your dreams again. But once you lose your peace of mind, you lose everything that truly matters. So protect it. Protect your energy like your life depends on it. Because it does. Not everyone deserves your time. Not everyone deserves your attention. Some people only come to drain your energy. They complain, they gossip, they make you doubt yourself. And then they leave you feeling empty. You don't have to hate them. You just have to distance yourself. You can love people from far away. You can care without losing yourself. Because peace doesn't mean isolation. It means balance. You have the right to say no. You have the right to walk away. You have the right to protect your mind from negativity and chaos. If you want to focus on your goals, you must learn to control who and what enters your space. Energy is contagious. If you stay around negative people long enough, you'll start to feel like them. If you stay around dreamers and doers, you'll start to rise like them. So ask yourself, who are you listening to? Who are you spending your time with? Sometimes it's not your dream that's weak. It's your environment that's toxic. You can't grow in a place where your energy is constantly being drained. Start saying yes to people who bring peace and no to those who bring stress. And remember, peace isn't found outside. It starts inside you. You create it by choosing yourself, by saying, I will no longer beg for love, attention, or approval. When you start focusing on your peace, you'll notice something magical. You'll stop reacting to everything. You'll stop chasing what's not meant for you. You'll stop explaining yourself to people who never cared to understand. That's what real strength looks like. Some people will call you selfish. But you're not selfish. You're healing. You're protecting your energy from what breaks you. Peace isn't boring. It's freedom. It's waking up without stress. It's sleeping with a calm heart. It's choosing silence over arguments and understanding over ego. And when you live with peace, your mind becomes clear, your goals become stronger, and your confidence starts to glow. So stop wasting energy on things you can't control. Stop trying to change people who don't want to grow. Instead, change your focus. Focus on your peace. Focus on your purpose. Focus on becoming the calmest person in the room. Because calmness is true power. When you learn to protect your energy, you stop fighting unnecessary battles. You realize not everything deserves a reaction. You begin to choose peace over proving yourself. You begin to choose growth over gossip. You begin to choose silence over stress. And that's when you truly start winning. Not in front of people, but within yourself. Chapter 9. The Power of Consistency. Success is not about doing big things once. It's about doing small things every single day. Many people start strong, but quit when things get hard. But remember, the real power lies in being consistent, even when motivation fades. Consistency is what separates dreamers from doers. You don't need to take giant steps every day. Just one small step forward is enough. Over time, those small steps turn into miles. Think about it. A drop of water may look weak, but when it falls continuously on a rock, it can make a hole through it. That's the strength of consistency. Motivation gives you a start, but consistency keeps you going. The truth is, you won't feel motivated every day, and that's okay. But if you stay disciplined and stick to your routine, you'll still move forward. The people who win in life aren't always the most talented. They're the ones who didn't stop. When you keep showing up, even on bad days, Even when no one notices, you're building something powerful inside you. You're training your mind to never give up. You're building habits that turn effort into results. So stop waiting for the perfect day to begin. Stop doubting yourself because success doesn't come from perfection. It comes from persistence. Every time you stay consistent, you're telling the universe, I'm serious about my dreams. And the universe always listens to those who refuse to quit. Be consistent, be patient, and one day, everything you worked for will be yours. Chapter 10. Silence your doubts. Strengthen your mind. Doubt is the biggest enemy of success. It whispers in your mind, you can't do it, you're not good enough, or what if you fail? And slowly, it stops you from even trying. But here's the truth. Doubt only has power when you listen to it. Every successful person once heard those same voices of fear. But instead of believing them, they trained their minds to believe in themselves. You must do the same. When your mind says, I can't, replace it with, I'll try. When it says, what if I fail? Answer with, what if I succeed? Your thoughts shape your reality. If you fill your mind with doubt, your life will be full of limits. But if you fill it with belief, your life will be full of possibilities. Remember, your mind is like a garden. What you plant in it grows. So plant courage, not fear. Plant hope, not doubt. Whenever you feel lost or weak, sit in silence. Breathe. Remind yourself of how far you've already come. You have survived days you thought you wouldn't. That's proof you're stronger than your doubts. Every time you fight your fears, your mind grows tougher. Every time you say, I can, your confidence gets louder. One day, your mind will stop doubting you because you'll have shown it that you are capable. Don't let your inner voice be your biggest enemy. Turn it into your strongest friend. Believe in yourself, even when no one else does. Because once your mind is strong, no obstacle can break you.